The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everyone, I'm Junie. I know, it's a shock. This is a cast of Chicago Hidden City, and I'd like to introduce them starting with Spotter. Please and thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Spotter. I'll be playing Omnitera playing Spotter the Nosferatu tonight. And hopefully the rest of the nights.
Yeah, and maybe the rest of the nights. We'll see if we survive tonight. Hey everybody, I'm Mama McStabber, and I am playing Dr. Taylor Hammond of Clan Bruja.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ree, and I'm playing a Kajai of Clan La Sombre.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Leviar, and I'm playing Dr. Magnus Sanchez of Clan Gangrel.
Hey, everyone. My name is Glaciate, and I'll be playing Bastion of Clan Toreador.
And hi, I'm Maddox, and I will be playing Dr. Theodore Smith, Clan Tremere.
Hello and good evening, and welcome to Chicago Hidden City. The year is 2010, May to be exact, and this is the reign of Prince Joe Peterson, child of Lodin. This is a year past 2001, where technology within the Camarilla has been banned, and the Tremere fell about 2 years ago. They are starting to pick up the pieces. We are 9 years out from when La Sombra get a formal invitation to the Camarilla, but those of the La Sombra that are within the Camarilla are of a special bloodline known as Montano. Oddly enough, in March, the snow has disappeared rather quickly, and the temperatures are within the 60s and 70s. This is mid-March, and for the forecast, it's very calm, but it calls for 80 degrees by the end of the month. It's odd weather for Chicago, but what is even odder is the kindred feel a change in the air. What kind of change? It's hard to tell, and many describe it as walking on eggshells. Many think it's the werewolves who have stepped up their game, pushing the boundaries, what has held them from a blood hunt and trying to push in to what was rightfully theirs. Rumors have it that they are looking for something lost due to time and robbery, possibly an assassination attempt of long ago. In the middle of the week, our fine kindred have received a note that states that Kevin Jackson is calling in the boon that they owe him, and a car will be at their location at 8 p.m. sharp on March 15th, a Monday night. Now, daylight savings time has just started, and it is recorded that the sun sets at 7:01 p.m. Chicago Standard Time. I opened up the players to talk about what they're doing within the hour that they have open to themselves before they will be collected. Players,
Hey,
floor is yours.
Okay, I'll go first. I think I have been enduring my retainer's lessons about finances since I woke up. She's been tirading on and on about this. Not my particular style of things, but well, at least I have an out this night in particular. have a reunion, have a boon to pay. And so I will.
Jai has spent the last hour preparing himself. He has arranged for his ghoul to leave him close to one of the Elysiums, but not at the building. So just outside of, let's say, one of the gas stations in the area somewhere that Kevin would know to meet him. And he is waiting, fully armed.
Taylor is currently in her office at the University of Illinois. Her ghoul is teaching tonight's class in her stead, and she's reviewing some proposals for excavations for next term's class.
Spotter is outside Wrigley Field. It is spring training season, and he's watching a recap through a dive bar window.
Dr. Sanchez he wakes up, he goes to his clinic and gets everything set for the evening because he doesn't know how long this is going to be, so he's scheduled other doctors to take, any time he might have needed for the patients and make sure everything's covered, and then he goes and stands outside to wait. And he is also fully armed, though not visibly armed.
And Theodore spent the first half hour with some ritual preparedness, and then the second half hour was to check on his private practice in Chinatown and just see how things are going there tonight. So he's probably there, either doing paperwork or just dismissing a patient.
As you are waiting, the cars will come precisely at 8 p.m. Jackson's not one to fiddle with time. And as you are being picked up and taken, you are taken to what's called the Gill Bar. Picture is in our Discord. And a woman is going to be standing just outside the bar for you and waiting for you all to arrive. And I'm showing you that as well. And as the cars come up and you come out and you all start coming, she'll wave to you all individually to come towards her. And she'll smile and say, "Good evening. How are you all doing tonight?"
Taylor looks around at the assembled crew, notices some familiar faces, and says, "Doing pretty well."
Fantastic, Doctor. Are you all ready to go in?
Ready as I'll ever be.
So,
My name is Sophia Foster, and I happen to be Mr. Jackson's assistant, so I'll get you right in. He's waiting for you. Now, most people don't know about the guild that it actually has a speakeasy. So she will take you down the hallway, through the restaurant, knock on a door 3 times, and the door, which was formerly just part of the wall, slides in. And as you walk in, you see a very lively speakeasy where you all know this is kindred only. And she will walk you down to the corner, and there sits the paladin, the one and only Kevin Jackson. And he will stand up and greet you and say, "Hello, my good friends. Please come sit down. If you guys want any refreshments, let me know. Sophia's here. She's more than happy to help you. Anything you need. It's all on me tonight. Please have a seat."
I go and sit right by his side.
Yes, you do.
Eh, and I kind of
Yeah.
put our arm around him. "Jackson, my friend, it's been too long."
It has been. How are you, Bastion? I haven't seen you in a hot minute.
Right? So things are hectic. Quite a reunion. I look around to my other conspiratory members.
Is this a
Very
booth
diverse.
or is it a table?
It is a booth, and you see that there are privacy kind of situations coming down.
Is it like
from
a
the ceiling.
U-shaped booth, or is it with two benches with a table
It's
in
a
between?
U-shape, so people can kind of filter in the way that they want to.
Actually, so what Taylor will do is she will allow some of them to get in, but she's going to be in the corner, in one of the corners, and she's just kind of, she's almost 6 foot tall. So she's going to take the corner seat where she gets the most leg room and then cross over her leg over her other one and sit there and take up space.
Valid.
Dr. Sanchez is going to be the last one to sit down. He'll take one of the seats right near the end of the U.
I'm going to sit towards the corner near Taylor.
Guess I'm sitting on the other side of Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'll probably take the other end seat.
Please,
So,
do you guys have orders? Please. Sophia's more than happy to get you guys anything you want. I'm just so happy to see you all again.
Sophia, I would like a Chateaubriand, please.
She pulls out her pad and writes it down. She looks to all of you.
I'm good. Thank you.
I'm fine.
I'm completely stuffed, but thank you, dear.
She'll look to Sanchez and Smith.
Nothing at the moment.
I want to know what we're here for.
She then goes off very quickly, and Jackson smiles. Dr. Smith, always to the point. Well, I wanted to bring you all to the brightest minds of Chicago together. I mean, God, seeing you all here is just so fantastic. What you're here for is to help me unify Chicago. I know, Dr. Hammond, that look.
We are not mincing words tonight, apparently.
No, never with Dr. Smith and Dr. Hammond. They're always to the point.
And how exactly are you planning to do this?
Very easily, with your bright minds.
You're not the first of your blood to try such a thing.
Let's just put it this way. I have a wonderful deal with, shall we say, some of our furrier companions. Your cousin, Dr. Sanchez, is actually helping facilitate that one. And apparently our, shall we say, furry friends need something back.
Do you think they will cooperate with you?
If we get it back, yeah. They're missing what's called a fetish.
Oh.
Bastion has plenty of those.
Yes, but this is a particular one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, not only that, if I get a specific book from, and he looks directly at Dr. Hammond, from your line, I have Kratos' backing to pull off something pretty amazing.
What book?
Well, how well do you know Kratos? It's called the Book of Council of Scales. You know that one?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. And the other one you're looking for is Jupiter's Lightning Bolt. Both, ironically enough, became missing shortly, shall we say, after the Columbian expedition of 1893.
And you verified these objects actually exist?
Yeah, let's just preach it this way. The, madam, or shall we say the mother of a certain furry friends of ours has completely confirmed this, and, Kratos wants his book back.
I'm sure he does.
Being it was on display in the expedition, it's,
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling a specific, shall we say, Rose, not you, Bastion, of course, but a certain Rose may or may not have taken it during the ending of the fair. So, yeah, it was a whole thing.
Oh, to withdraw something from Rose's collection.
No. The Rose took it to try and, shall we say, get Critias's dad out to, shall we say, do some more battling, and both of them may or may not have been in torpor, and, well, Maria just has these crazy ideas. Or had.
Never knew her.
Yeah, it's okay, she's dead.
Won't know her.
Exactly.
So
What exactly are you asking us to do, Jackson?
Find 2 items to help me broker peace with the guru, get Critias's backing, and, well, let's just say my broodmate doesn't run Chicago very well, and I know I can do it better.
that sounds like 3 tasks.
No, he just wants us to find the items.
Okay. Well, if that's all, we just need to find it then. Do you have a place to start looking, or is it just put out our feelers and see what we can find?
He just gestures to the 3 doctors going, you guys are the ones who have lived through this history. I am going with your brilliant intelligence, suave charisma, and your ungodly knowing of where things are because you know where things are in the city.
All right then.
That was a very kind way of calling us old, Kevin.
I don't think you're old. It's like wine. You're very refined, very well done, and just you
don't
keep
have to
getting better
backpedal.
with
It's
age.
fine. You don't have to backpedal. It's fine.
I would never backpedal with you, Doctor. How could I? With your
Wine-
reputation?
Wine can still turn to vinegar if left unchecked.
I'd never leave you unchecked, hence why the boons.
Hmm. I believe we can get this done.
I believe so too. Actually,
So,
I put money on it that you guys can do this.
oh, you're betting this.
Oh, no. You're going to give us money if we need it for this task.
Oh, the pockets are lined, my lady,
Good.
as always.
Oh,
And as you guys both, as Sophia is coming with the wine that Bastion had ordered, you see these 2 lovely individuals coming to the table as well and precedingly nodding their heads to all of you, and specifically Jackson. And he smiles to both of them, and the lady smiles and says, "It is done." And he lights up brightly and says, "Excellent. Well done. I'm so happy. I'm sure you guys all know Gerard here and our dear Najera. Sorry. Names." And she just nods and smiles gently. And you all recognize her as one of Joe Peterson's deputies. And he goes, "It's completely done." And she just nods. And he goes, "Well, Balthazar won't have to deal with it. We won't have to deal with him anymore. Meet my new sheriff." And she just gives a polite nod again.
And then Taylor just looks at Gerard because she knows Gerard, or at least knows of him, and says, "That explains the interesting company."
He smiles and gives you a wink.
Very
I
well.
love a good conspiracy that's brewing. This thing seems to be deep-rooted, Jackson. Congratulations.
Dr. Sanchez just looks at Najira and just kind of gives a slight nod.
She returns it. She looks to all of you. I hope you are having a wonderful night. It's good to see you all again. I hope that you are helping dear Mr. Jackson in his query to move things forward.
Taylor slips into perfectly accented Hindi and says, "We will help him, don't you worry."
I never worry when you are here. It is knowing things will be done. Is she? And then she compliments you on your Hindi and appreciates it too. If you
Forward to seeing what war starts because of this.
or what
It's been a
wars
while since I've had a good fight.
do you want a fight?
A good one.
You know, my dojo is always open if you want to try and, shall we say, mix swords.
Perhaps another night. I wouldn't want for anything to interrupt your scheming.
I never scheme. I just do what is bidden and what is required to be done. But the invitation is open to any of you. Let's just say Abano is always good with their swords, with the right partner.
Might just ask that.
Of course. I'll leave you till your evening. And she will nod her head and slowly slip away with her friend.
Magnus motions to Sophia,
She's right there.
and he's like, Okay, out of character, Junie. Can he order blood with alcohol in it? Yeah, so he's going to order something with whiskey in it.
Got it. She's off to go get it.
I'll drink my wine.
Mm-hmm.
She comes back about 2 minutes later and gets you your whiskey.
Just was like, to dead Confederates.
Now that's a story and a half.
Well, Kevin, I do have to tell you, if you're going to be a politician, you're going to have to get better with names.
I'm working on it. Trust me. Sophia drills me every night. I'm working on first harder names, then easier names.
And how's that going?
I don't know. And she did not pull out her sword this time and put it to my throat. So I think I'm getting better. Fingers crossed. Look it, he's not, 8-Ball or Ty or, somebody down on the block. Hell, I even know, Winnetka. They're local. Unfortunately, the more exotic names I'm still working on.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. Listen, it's a work in progress, but at least we're trying to evolve ourselves from the static that we're in, and we need
That
to move
seems to
forward.
be the mood.
Yeah.
That seems to be the mood of tonight.
Think about it this way. Between the anarchs and werewolves and who knows what Sabat's still out there, if we don't work to, push ourselves forward and improve ourselves, we're going to be sitting in the water, just like how Loden was.
Question for you, storyteller.
Yes.
Passing knowledge of Gerard, doesn't Taylor know he's an anarch?
Yep.
It is interesting, the backing that you collect, Kevin.
Of course. With the right boons, anyone would work with you. Loden
Yes.
taught me that one. Well, gang, I've just given you a huge thing in history to work for, which I know you guys will do. I expect great things because you guys are all great together and you guys will make a fantastic band of people.
Yeah, I assume the variety is going to work in our favor.
Oh, variety, life skills, life hacks. Hell, your personalities alone will help you through this. I know this for a fact.
Bastion kind of looks around to Magnus and then to Theodore and then to Spotter and back to Kevin. I am sure of that.
Of course. Why are you shaking your head no, Spotter?
I'm getting up. We know what we need to do.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
Magnus
have
gets up and stretches.
You guys have my number. Sophia's always here. You guys need something, you need me. I'm here.
I might take you up that offer as well.
Okay. no problem. And you're funding if whatever you need for this adventure.
I'll be in touch. And Taylor gets up and leaves.
Theodore will reach down next to him, pick up a somewhat old-fashioned, but not the oldest-fashioned doctor's bag, and then just give a curt, very dismissive nod, and then head out like everyone else is.
Sophia will make sure that you all have his card, and if you need anything, she will take care of it.
Yeah, I am simply going to look to Jackson as they are leaving. Might send in my goal the numbers of them. I don't think they're the most friendly bunch to start a conversation, but I have to start somewhere.
Look, they're all unique and wonderful individuals in their own regard and their own specialities. Not to mention, I mean, some of them are just goddamn hot, and you can't help but just, go with the flow with some of it.
I drink the wine and I get up and I leave.
And as the scene
I believe as well.
where are we finding you guys now?
Oh, Taylor's going to wait outside for everybody and then be like, okay, where are we going to talk about this? Because I'm not talking about it here.
Nope.
Magnus
I have a car.
just raises his phone, like he has a burner phone. Is like, we should be getting a limousine in the next 5 minutes.
Excellent. Good to see you again, Magnus.
It's good to see you as well, Doctor.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, how you doing, Spotter?
Doc Magnus.
Oh,
I understand there are 3 of you.
yes.
Spotter. How
And she
you been?
looks at Theodore.
Yeah.
I don't think we've met.
We did exchange information at one point. It was, I believe, something about some carving. My memory is faded on that. It wasn't truly important, but the consultation was appreciated.
Oh, goodness. I apologize.
So your name is Dr. Hammond.
Yeah.
Quite evasive with that name, huh?
Well, considering at the time we met, I was using it as a man. Yeah.
I do remember. I remember sometimes about that. Good to see you back.
It's good to see you too. And you are Bastian now?
Oh yes, I go by Bastion nowadays. I find it most easier for people of different languages to get.
And Kajai, things are going well?
As well as things can be now that the war is over.
I'm sure there'll be
Um,
something hot to do.
What to it? Do you all think that Jackson here can actually pull off what he wants?
I am
He's gonna try.
sure. Actually, I do believe it's best that we assume for the best in this particular location. You know,
Given the way he talked, he was already acting as if he had claimed Praxis by now.
Oh,
Is it a lot
I
for
will
confidence?
reserve my commentary until the limo gets here.
That's fair.
I have thoughts on that as well.
It doesn't take long for the limo to pull up. Limousine driver comes out, opens the door for all of you.
We all get in.
And you see that the separation is up. So
Mhm.
the
We can
driver's-
talk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he'll get right back in and wait for the destination to be popping up on his phone so he can take you.
Excellent.
Where are we going, Dr. Sanchez?
I have a bar in the frick, I forgot the name of the area the bar is in.
The rack.
The
rack.
rack.
Mhm.
We can speak privately there.
Excellent.
And we can speak on the way. Don't worry about the driver.
Good.
Thank God we're out of there.
And you're on
There's
your
only
way.
so much jerking off from adventure I can take.
hmm
now that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the
Especially when he
display.
doesn't even know how to negotiate a deal.
Yeah.
He wants
I
us
was
to
trying
find
my
the
best.
objects. He didn't say he wants us to deliver the objects.
True. As soon as we find them, the boon
Yeah.
is paid.
Yeah,
We find them, we can
found
keep them. We can keep them and negotiate a new boom, perhaps.
he's gonna owe us something for getting them.
Oh,
And this is why you must have a harpy present when dealing with any sort of boon exchange.
Would have been smart of him, but then
Yes.
the harpy might not go along with his little coup.
Oh,
that's why you buy the harpy first.
Again,
he will
that would
learn
be the
some
smart thing.
serious lessons in this endeavor if he survives it.
Okay. Yeah.
It is the
Let's
folly of youth.
It is.
let's gather some opinions here. What do we think about his plan?
Oh, Peterson is a fucking joke.
Yeah. Peterson can't stand up against Jackson
He can't.
if he gets the right deals, the right backing, gets certain people to back off. Then yeah, if he can keep the Anarchs and the Wolves from
Getting uppity.
going in
Hmm.
at the same time he's doing Praxis, yes, he can pull it off. He's Paladin for a reason.
Yeah, that also kind of points me one thing. I don't know about all of you and your experiences with the Clan of the Kings, but they kind of come in two varieties, the political type and the type that are not political. He seems like the latter, and that also harbors some problems.
I never said he was a good choice for Prince.
Oh, yeah.
I
Just
just said
better
his
than
plan has a
Peterson.
way of a chance of succeeding.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about what the other Primogen will do.
Oh, that is a concern, isn't it?
Well, maybe we should think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as much as, I think he thought it would flatter me that he's trying to get Cretius's backing. That isn't enough.
No.
And
Just one.
if and she looks at Bastion, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if the eldest Toreador in this city was behind the stealing of at least a book, then that's gonna piss off the Roses, because most of them are of her blood here.
He blamed that Maria. I'm not sure if that's the truth, however.
Mm-hmm.
That's something worth investigating. And of
Indeed.
course, considering that our deal is, as far as everyone's concerned, to find these items, not what we do with them. Perhaps we can work something better to do with these items than simply deliver them to their prior owners. If we believe, of course, that Jackson might be a better prince than currently options. But
I mean, would you want Sovereign as prince?
I would rather son.
I blink. Always being sarcastic.
Yes.
Thank God.
Sun can be an option.
I would rather sink both of them into the middle of the lake, but
Oh, you're speaking the truth now.
I always
Because I
do.
can tell you right now, Horatio is not popular enough.
He also
not even
doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it. I kind of gathered that by how he behaves, but he's not popular enough. Sovereign is ambitious enough to try, but he's not well liked either. Kevin
All of them.
has the charisma, even if he is a fucking idiot.
I don't believe any of them will survive if the Sabbat were to come back.
True.
That's part of the problem. If the Sabbat come back, right now we've got the Anarchs and the Wolves both pushing us because we have a weak prince who can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, Jackson is the paladin.
And he can at least present an aura of strength.
And for all the mocking that we're doing right now, he did had the foresight to seek help from elders.
He
At
did.
least his elders. Instead of trying to wrangle things like a fledgling. So,
Loden
don't
didn't
know.
make a complete mistake with that one.
It's about this time the limo will be arriving behind the bar so that you all can exit and go into the bar through Dr. Sanchez's way.
Oh, you own the cell block.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. This is a cool place. All right.
I am instantly more interested in you.
Never heard of it.
That's
I
all
am
right,
also
Dr.
interested
Smith.
in you for different reasons.
Let's go. Should we head inside or?
I'm already heading inside.
Is
Yeah.
there a private area that you'd suggest we go to?
Yes, there is. I'll lead you there. And Magnus leads them downstairs to the wine cellar, which is part of the old rum tunnels, I believe it is, or
Bootleg tunnels. Yeah.
bootlegging tunnels. Yeah.
Mhm.
So he leads them down there. There's a cell that he just kind of leans against the door of. It's like, all right, this place is clean. Don't have to worry about anyone coming down to interrupt either.
Nice.
So,
As much as Kevin is irritating, I do think he may be our best bet. The other Ventru are either not interested or nowhere near as
Worse.
capable.
and the Primogens do not have a good candidate for a substitute currently. Because, I mean,
The
neither
only
the
one that would really, storyteller, is Annabelle, Primogen of the Toreador. Okay, of course she is, because she's been there forever. Yeah,
Mhm.
the only one with any kind of inclination towards it would be Annabelle.
And if
Oh,
she
um,
does, then that causes a war to start right in the middle of Chicago. So,
Um, As a fellow Rose, let me just say she has better things that she could do with her time.
But she
Sorry.
won't, but she does. Mhm.
Yeah, it's best that she does not apply her attention into Princeton for the betterment of the city.
and the Camarilla as a whole.
Yeah.
It would also be difficult to pry the city from the Ventru's cold dead hands.
Yeah, Loden did
Mhm.
kind of ensure that by making so many damn childer.
Yes.
And even if you kill one, you know how Ventru are, like cockroaches.
They join up in rank.
Exactly.
I suppose it's better than a Hydra.
Mm. That might be an analogy I'm just not getting. So, speaking of things I do not get, Theodore, is it?
Dr. Smith will do.
Dr. Smith, thank you. So Theodore, I do honestly think that your plan might be useful for this endeavor in general, as they used to be. What can you say about this whole thing, from your particular perspective?
We have to retrieve an item for the werewolves. We have to retrieve a book.
Enlighten me.
You are certainly succinct, Dr. Smith. I can respect that.
There's no more information that we have at this moment. Kevin didn't even deign to give us general areas to look.
I know. I can talk with Cratius to find out what he knows about the book.
That's a more useful resource.
Mm-hmm.
But there were two books, right?
No, the lightning is the fetish, right?
The fetish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do
no,
any of you have experience fighting the werewolves?
no.
No.
Storyteller,
When was the Chicago War? Sorry.
have I ever fought a werewolf in my own life?
Do you want to fight a werewolf?
Survive one.
I'd say you maybe came across their path. But let's just say you were told if you would like to live another night, you might not want to get into a tussle. But you maybe have crossed paths.
So Bastions and Sources got close to some. That was nearly enough to not want anything more than close.
And the war with the loot points just recently ended. 10 years ago? 93?
Yeah, Taylor wasn't here at that time.
I was.
My,
Dr. Sanchez was as well.
I
And that's why
would
he said fight.
I would strongly suggest you prepare yourselves. Jackson did not say anything about us being guaranteed safety if we need to go into their territory.
But it seems like they are missing this fetish.
Which means it's not in their territory.
Exactly.
I mean, they're all on the same page about getting it back.
True.
Here's the thing I know about werewolves. Don't fight them.
Mhm.
Keep your head down.
You have to do something about a werewolf, you get a whole bunch of people with a whole bunch of heavy ordnance, and you just blanket the general area they're in with flying lead. That's pretty much it.
Yep. You are not.
Incendiary rounds, if at all possible.
Right. They will tear you into many pieces.
Very interesting.
Ideally, the best thing to do with a werewolf, if you have to kill them, is get a gunship and do it from long range.
Yeah, I'll just call one up.
That's
It's
the first
fine.
coterie purchase is a gunship on Lake Michigan.
I mean, I know a guy, he has a few of them if we actually do end up needing that. Fellow Ballard employee.
What? That's an interesting segment to the conversation. Please elaborate.
Ballard runs a lot of different businesses. One of them happens to be, I think the term of art is private security company. I did some work with him when we were in New York, if you remember Kajai.
Yeah, they were effective, as far as humans could go anyway. I'm not sure calling in such weaponry would be effective for the Masquerade, though, so...
No, that's most definitely a last resort.
Last thing you want is for any of the higher-ups in the tower to take too much of an interest in this place.
Yes.
You would think Kevin would have stressed the retrieval of the fetish for the werewolves more, because if strategically he can ally himself with the werewolves before any Sabbat would show up, I think that would be quite the deterrent. You'd think he would be more insistent about that.
Good point.
So all he's negotiated is a form of neutrality.
Oh, not allyship? Neutrality.
And
Little I've
possibly
heard
he's
about
working
them.
on a truce, and that's the cost of the truce.
And then, even if the werewolves don't distract any Sabbat, the Anarchs do love to scrap.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling they'd be distracted by their splinter cell.
Fascinating that Gerard had tied in.
I assume that none of you know how to find these fetishes, correct?
That's not my thing. If I can get any kind of records to look at on it, I can possibly triangulate. But
What is it? Is it magic? Is it?
Yes, it's a form of werewolf magic with Think
it
of it
something
like
they
an
do to-
artifact.
They do it to an object, right?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
it's like an artifact.
But I need leads.
It's not like Excalibur, but think that kind of thing.
Yeah.
An enchanted item.
Sorry, for those of you who don't know, I am actually an archaeologist and anthropologist by trade. So if you can get me leads, I can find the damn object.
I can try and find you leads. I'm privy to, as a rose, all types of gossip and things like that. Certainly, item so unique must draw attentions of some, I believe the term is nerds or things like that. People that are too into supernatural things as humans do. It's good. We keep an eye on them to prevent the masquerade breaches, but I find something about that. I can lend you that hand.
She summarily, literally stops looking at Bastian, then looks at Spotter and says, "You think you can put a bug in Wineka's ear?"
Yes,
Excellent.
I can. Yeah. Might have one contact with him.
Might be a good idea.
I'll go and speak with the children of Hakim to see if they know anything. I've heard their blood magic is good for this kind of thing.
That would be helpful. Not sure what your capabilities, Dr. Smith. You good at tracking things?
No, it's not
Okay.
my expertise.
That's fine.
And from what I know of the term fetish, it does come from mystic practice, but nothing that I am deeply familiar with.
Excellent.
Tim,
I
do
don't
I have a... Please.
I don't suppose anyone here knows a lupine expert. And he'll sort of glance at Dr. Sanchez, but not like specifically like target you for the guess of it.
I might be able to reach out to some people who could get us. Oh. He looks, and then he walks over to the door and opens it.
In comes a woman. She smiles. "How you doing, Dr. Sanchez? It's been ages."
Hello, Josephine.
I hear you
Good to see you.
got saddled.
Oh, he had stirrups and everything.
Oh, did he bring stirrups?
Yeehaw.
Look it. Just because I'm Southern doesn't mean I do all the yeehawing. That's Western. There's a difference.
True.
Hi, everyone. How y'all doing?
Greetings.
Do we know her?
No, you don't.
Okay. So Taylor just, I mean, she's got obvious predator. She's leaning in a corner and just kind of looking.
Everyone, this is Josephine Davis. She's works with the well, I guess now she's the sheriff.
No, I'm not the sheriff. Oh, honey.
Not
no.
you. No, not you.
Oh, did she-
Nishara.
Did she finish it? Did she do it?
Yes.
So proud
I'm a
of
bit
her.
disappointed she didn't invite me to help, but
Let's just say, he was a bit of a pickle to try and tussle up, but it's okay. It's all done. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing? I
Pleasure.
I'm fine.
I know you all, but I do a lot of things behind the scenes. So, I heard that you guys all got put into that little bit of a thing that Jackson's trying to do.
That is how a boon works, yes.
Oh, you're Dr. Smith. You're the new one who came into town.
Somewhat recently.
Oh, well, that's delightful. Your folks need a little bit of a uplifting, don't they?
A work in progress.
Oh. You're one of the serious types, now, aren't you? I'm so sorry.
Okay, I like you already.
Oh, thank you. I like you too. You did some amazing work back in 1893. Oh, it was fantastic.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
delightful to watch you. Spider, I know your side. She's fantastic. Kai, I've seen you work so far, and Sec-War was delightful to work with you. You didn't see me. I saw you. It's all right, darling.
Very well informed.
Oh, absolutely. Bastion I haven't really gotten to do a little tussle with, but sometime I'm sure we'll get to doing some shooting. You like shooting, don't you?
I can say that yes, I do.
Ray, I have a range place. We can go do some shooting sometime. I thought I'd give you all a little heads up on this little endeavor he wanted to turn around and throw y'all to. It's a bit of a little mystery. Let's just say things got a little lost by certain hands.
Which hands?
Several.
Lost how, Josephine?
Well, you know that funny little thing that the werewolves are trying to find? Little lightning bolt? Well, they have a whole thing downtown. They have a little club that's all about, this whole Jupiter thing. Apparently, they're all into this. What are they? Roman kind of pantheon.
Oh God,
Zeus.
Yeah, well, it's more Roman than Greek. There's a slight
Jupiter.
difference. Yeah, exactly. Well, the whole lightning bolt thing was to start the whole fair thing. Remember back in 1893 when they started that whole thing, the lightning bolt was put up on top?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the fetish. They thought they'd do a little blessing for Chicago. But when the mayor got assassinated, all of a sudden it disappeared. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Somebody may or may not have gotten killed for hiding something, or maybe somebody was trying to steal something and somebody got in the way. I really wasn't there to see it all.
Okay.
it occupied.
Well, I mean, my
That's
side.
interesting.
Once a child of an icon, always a child of an icon. But at the same time, things happened.
My gaze will just immediately cut over to Spotter. You should definitely talk to Laneka about this.
Sounds like the Nosferatu.
Oh, it could have been the Nos. It could have been a whole bunch of other folks.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, who didn't have a
Yeah.
bigger axe to grind with the werewolves at that time? I mean, no offense, Dr. Heyman, but your side, not his, up a couple of chains of your side. We're a little
My
bit.
great grandpappy. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, they just finished that war, about 60 years ago? Well, 60 years prior to all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a little bit of information I can give y'all if you need it. I didn't know if you all were pressing for information now or later. And
As much information as you can give us, we would appreciate.
Don't skip on redundancy.
darling, why would I ever be redundant?
No, I'm requesting it.
Why?
Because the more times we hear the information, the better it will stick.
Sweetie, you don't like to take notes.
She looks down to see a small notepad and pen in his hand.
See, darling, you've got it all down. See, I don't have to worry about you. You don't crack a smile at all, do you?
I've been trying the whole night.
Wow, he's a took cookie crack. Anyhow, so from what I understand, there's a place called the Temple of Phantom. It's at 553 Wrightwood Avenue in Lincoln Park. That's the whole werewolf thing. On top of that, what do y'all know about the Utana?
Not the slightest.
It sounds to be a Native American term.
Well, it is a Native American tribe, yes. Manly had an agreement with the Utana about it, and that's how they got the lightning bolt. and it's supposed to be delivered back to Cratius. Well, of course, Cratius was unfortunately a little bit preoccupied because somebody had turned around and stolen his little old book.
Yes, which we are also going after.
Oh, good. That was a delightful read. A bit of a breach of Masquerade, but
Yeah.
such as the times of life back then.
What does it contain?
Darling, you don't know what it is.
I've never heard of it.
And your Camarilla? Wasn't it part of your training?
Perhaps.
The
Many
whole,
things have happened.
the whole foundation of the courts, the system, the trials, tribulations, all the rules, the rewritten rules. It's the entire history of everything.
Feels like poor planning to put that into one single volume.
Well, it's just, I didn't write it, and I'm not going to turn around and, critique Cratius for that.
Not publicly, no.
Ever. Manners matter. Know your manners. They are important in these days and nights, let me tell you. But the Book of Scales were very important. And apparently he put it up there for people to read because it was an old Greek book. No offense, darling. That's how they put it through, so that the Masquerade wouldn't be breached. I'm using way too many bunny ears.
You really are.
I know. But that's what we had.
Might be able to talk to some who have memory of that or would have known people who do.
I remember.
Look, I was there at the fair.
Oh, I was too, but I wasn't there when this happened, and there were
When did the
a
book
lot
go
of
missing?
these people who were.
The book went missing, I believe, just after the lightning bolt got missing on that same night, because neither one of them were there when they closed the fair 2 days after the assassination of the mayor.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Quite a
someone is trying
coincidence.
to orchestrate a new war.
So, let's just say little Jackson found out a little thing to, shall we say, tie some ribbons together.
Trying to be a politician.
Oh, the little lame is doing his part. I will give him credit. My side did not exactly give him the best of tasks.
Who's your side?
Bless his heart.
Exactly. My side? Oh, he's an icon that works for the Justicar Lucians.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, I know nothing of any conversation we've ever had, so therefore, whatever said here...
Oh, I don't need to know.
No. Whatever said here does not get reported is what I'm telling you, so y'all can speak
Oh, excellent.
Oh.
freely. Mm-hmm. I unfortunately am not a Ventrue, nor is my sire, but that's fine. We're good.
Mm.
Makes life easy.
I see.
So, Storyteller, I
No.
just want to confirm you're saying that this happened right after the World's Fair in 1893? That they went missing?
Both of them were missing 2 nights before the fair was unceremoniously closed.
In
They were-
1893.
In 1893.
So they've been missing since 1893.
Correct.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm that I'm understanding this.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we have something that has been missing for over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
2 things that have been missing for over 100 years. And just now people are starting to look for it?
Well, when you're turning around and getting a backing from somebody who can get everyone else backing against you, and then trying to solve the whole werewolf thing and get a treaty?
The werewolves haven't found it in 100 years?
Let's just say it was hidden very well from my understanding, but I'm not one that was hunting for it.
And probably wasn't stored next to raw meat.
Oh, that's a little harsh, darling.
I don't underestimate them. They have powers that we don't fully understand.
They've
Oh
also
no,
been a
they-
bit busy.
They definitely do.
True. That may be more the case than anything.
They couldn't close the fair completely due to the disappearance of the lightning bolt because I couldn't turn around and pull back the powder that was unleashed when they opened it.
Right.
Was the mayor anyone important?
He was the mayor of the city, darling. Yes, he was kind of important.
No, but that's human politics. I mean, ghouldom embraced anything.
Darling, he was connected, shall we say, to the Guru to be able to handle the lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So he was related to them.
They call them kinfolk, dear.
Mm.
They're great in the war, let me tell you.
Is there any way to search for this lightning bolt on
Well,
a wider scale?
well, I hope it's in Chicago. I mean, you got a mistress of archaeology right here.
Yes, but can't go digging up the entire underground of Chicago.
No, you need the approval of the Nosferatu for that. Which you've got
I was about to
one
say,
right
the Nos would not be
here.
happy with that.
Oh, convenient.
Why do you think I asked you if you could talk to Waneka? But
Between Winnetka and 8-Ball, I don't think you'd have a problem with either one.
Does anyone know a necromancer? We could ask the mayor.
Darling,
His spirit would have been long gone.
there
back
were
to the
Damn.
wheel.
there were no fetishes left of that man, sadly enough. He didn't have
Damn.
time. It was an assassination attempt. I believe it was 3 bullets to the chest in rapid succession. And those balls will say, oh, what, yay big? So they went right through them. Kind of like shooting a paper mache. Bullets back then were not exactly the most delightful things to get hit with.
no, they were not.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the information.
I'm here to help
Mm-hmm.
in one way
It
or
helped.
another. Well, I'm going to take my leave because, oh dear, I have to go to the shooting range. But y'all have a good time. If you need me, I've got some cards, and I know the whole no technology thing. But you know what? I'm blissfully unaware of any of all that.
You have
So
my
I can
number,
say-
Josephine.
Of course. And if you need something, just give a holler. I'll answer the smoke signals, flash lightning, Batman signal, whatever you like. And she will gently head out.
As she leaves, I look at everyone. Oh, so Jackson wasn't so badly prepared after all. Here we were, bad-mouthing the guy. At least someone was helping him, considering the whole situation.
Probably most likely.
I would
But
say that this shows that there are greater forces that are concerned about the current princedom of Chicago.
Hmm.
With any luck, they won't all be as chipper as Jackson and her name was Josephine.
Yes.
meeting
This
the greater
seems-
powers.
This seems all too convenient.
Very much so.
I would suggest we focus on doing exactly what Jackson requested of us. Just to
Find
find
The
object.
objects.
We do
Mhm.
not need to
Mhm.
obtain the objects.
Yeah,
everything
sure,
else,
find out.
everything else is ancillary until we find it anyhow.
I mean, if we're going to get very technical with it, Jackson didn't even task us with retrieving the objects, just
Nope,
finding them.
Just finding them. That's why I clarified.
Of course, keeping our ears up about the whole situation surrounding the objects might be proving useful.
That's true.
If, after all, the risk of war is happening somewhat now. I'm not sure. Trigger happening now, not 100 years past. Might be useful to know. And to know what to do. But I agree. Let's stick to the latter. And then we can
sounds
negotiate
like
more.
we all have ways of dealing with the problem. So we should go and do what we can.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Shall we
Summarization.
meet up here? Dr. Sanchez.
Yes. This place will be open to all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.
A convenient location, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. This whole wreck, what's it called?
Yes.
The area of the city we're in, yeah.
Oh, it's really not well watched, considering the situation of the population. Good for meetings.
And as you all head out for the moment, we're going to go for break. See you guys in 10. Hi, everyone. Thank you for taking the break with us, because God knows I needed it. Drinks on me. Prost. In the first half, well, you got to see everyone get together. You got to see the clusterfuck that Jackson is. Maybe will be. Who knows? We have no idea at this moment. And now into the second half, people are going to be talking to people. So who would like to go first?
Fuck it, I will. I'm going to go to the University of Chicago to talk to Gracious.
Okie dokie. It's toga night.
Of course it is. It's toga night any night. He's not running class.
Look,
So-
I rolled for that. I wanted to make sure I knew what he was feeling and how he was thinking.
Mhm.
And so he's in his... I don't have a picture for this, but that's okay. Imagine, if you will, an old office with not just old books, but there are scrolls tucked into what looks like an old... It's not exactly the Library of Alexandria, but this could be a small replica, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an old phonograph playing some Greek music, and he is sitting there going through and reading a book and taking notes.
She knocks on the door,
Hello, who is it?
and she speaks. I believe she has Greek. Let me double check. She does have Greek. She cracks open the door, leans her head and slips into Greek and says, "Good evening."
Ah, it is one of my favorites. Come in, come in, come in. Do
And
you,
she does and shuts the door.
do you want something to drink? I had one of my students bring some baklava, freshly made from what I understand.
Mm,
Can you or no? I don't remember.
I don't want any, but thank you.
Okay, it's fine. What can I do for you? You don't come by often without a question.
I have a question. It is
Okay.
about your book of scales.
Slowly, very gently, there's a long rambling of swearing Greek that comes from that man.
And I know every word of it that
Yes,
comes
you
out
do.
of his mouth.
For TOS, we do not turn around and try and say all of that because
Yeah.
I'm not playing a red cap yet. And he just looks and goes, "Yes, I remember that book. It was a triumph and a crux at the same time."
I can understand why.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to try to find it.
I'm sorry, but...
You heard me.
Oh, I heard you. Listen, I understand that, sometimes Constantinople and a couple other places are still rumbling in my ears, but you said what again? Just so I understand.
I'm going to try to find it.
Oh, God, why?
Mm.
Wait a minute. Jackson didn't put this to you, did he?
Of course he did. He wants your backing.
Ah, that's the more grumbling in Greek
Yes.
of what a sorry son of a bitch that asshole is. Because fuck him.
Literally, Taylor is laughing. She's cackling because, yes.
Figures that Ventru wouldn't be worth his salt by trying to find it himself. But
Of
why
course
is it
not.
ingenious he's bringing you on board?
It is smart of him to bring me on board. Mm-hmm.
He was tasked by Lucinde.
Was he?
Peterson isn't pulling his weight. And
Of course.
Lucinde wants this to be the crown jewel of the Camarilla.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Lucinde wants a lot of things.
Yes, well, if you turn around and shit in one hand and wish in the other, tell me which one will fill up faster.
The first hand.
Exactly.
So, it went missing at the World's Fair.
Yes, it did. Let's just put it this way. Barry and I were battling back and forth. Fucking bitch.
Mm.
She was trying to wake up Manamil, to get him, to drag him out, to finish him off by Helena's word and deed. I was trying to keep him alive, or at least
I get it.
undiscovered.
I get it.
And we broke our word with the Octana. Trust me, I have done many reparations since. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not good enough.
Mm.
But that is my shame and my toll to bear.
I understand that, but we're looking for both. The book and the fetish.
Don't what? No. You sure you want to go look for a werewolf fetish?
Kevin only asked us to find it. He didn't ask us to retrieve it.
Are you telling me he has called you in to find the objects he needs to secure a better realm and reign, and he did not get you into the contract to bring it to him?
No, he did not. He is so young.
The words that are not being able to escape from my mouth at this moment are egregious at best. Well, then I assume with you and... Did he get you and other people to help him?
Yes,
Oh,
there are a
good.
total of 6 of us, and all of us have some age on us and capability, so we should be able to at least find the objects, likely retrieve them as well. But
Here's
if
my
we do
question. What's your
Yes.
price going to be for him? Because all 6 of you are going to be doing this?
And she says, "Great, times 10 freaking grandsire, you know. I don't come cheap."
You don't. Cheap is not in your vocabulary. When I talk about you, cheap is not even on the scale.
Exactly.
It's more of how many millions are you going to be tunneling to her for a dig? You know this to be true.
Of course. Of course. Yes, no, so it's going to be very steep for him.
I bet. This is not good for him, at least.
Well, yes. But it'll be very good for myself and those who have been tasked with me.
Oh no. Jackson's going to be owing you guys for years.
Yes. Yes, he will.
Well, I hope you guys are all going to be going for Primogen sheets.
I have no desire. You know that's not me.
Oh no, I'm just saying you could at least go for, you know what, I will make you a whip. Not for the power and not for the title alone. It's so that you can turn around when you come and go and be like you can whip people's asses, literally. You're welcome. I'll even buy you a old-fashioned cat of 9 tails for it.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Of course. So tell me, who are all the people that you have?
We have a Nosferatu by the name of Spotter.
Okay, I know his sire.
Yes, 8-Ball.
Yes, very good.
Yes, yes. We also have Dr. Magnus Sanchez, the gangrel.
Oh, yes, how is the puppy doing?
Don't call him that, but yes.
I will never call him that. I'm asking you. The reason why is because I know he has a legacy in shooting people.
Yes, but he seems to be doing well. We have a Tremere, shockingly, Dr. Theodore Smith.
You got a usurper?
Yes, we've got a usurper.
How is this going to happen? Oh, wait, that's right. They fell 2 years ago. They're still trying to back their numbers. What's he going to
Yes.
do? Mass reproduce like Loden?
I don't know. Still trying to suss out his capabilities at this point.
Oh, that's not good.
He seems to be fairly brilliant, but what can he do?
Hey, you know that they're brilliant on the first side and usually kind of tactless at the end.
True.
I don't
True.
think they all had the Salat thing going for them. May he rest in peace.
Mhm.
In Tremere.
We also have Kajai.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This are better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
You're
a
laughing.
rose by the name of Bastian.
Oh, joy. Wait, is it Sebastian?
Bastian.
No. I mean, like, his full name is like Sebastian, blah, 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 something, Spanish.
That is the only name he gave me.
Gradius then exhaustively kind of detailed describes Bastian. That
Yes. Yes.
one? Right. Descendant of Helena. This will be fine.
It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Between
It'll be
you
fine.
and
We will build bridges. You will see.
my dear little one.
I am being facetious.
When have you built bridges like that? Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, you know, I have dug up a few, though.
What roses or bridges that you have burnt?
No
Both?
comment.
That is what I thought. Okay.
So, the book was taken on order of Helena. You're certain of this? I figured as much.
Mm-hmm. That's just
Do
it.
you have any idea who might have done it?
It probably was Maria. Or probably one of our ghouls. There was a whole thing that went down at the end.
But Maria is now destroyed.
She's complete ash.
Then where would it be?
Probably somewhere where Helena had it close to her.
Hmm.
Which is somewhere that Maria had put her.
Hmm.
If you know anybody, Joaquim or Termir, that has seen Helena, they could do something with maybe one of their rituals. I don't know. I've been
That's
trying
true.
to find that woman for ages. Unfortunately, Maria hit her too well.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe I'll find her too.
Ooh, Helena, good. Put a stake in her heart for me. That woman has put me through so much I can't even believe it.
Okay. Well, it's something.
Something to
I
go
can, I
on.
can start there.
Okay. I mean, if you want me to dig up some information, I will do what I can.
Do what you can.
Okay.
Do what you can. I will do what I do best.
Have my grad student talk to your grad student.
I will do that.
There we go. Make it easier and no one will be the wiser that I know of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Good.
But yes, I thought you might be made aware that I've been tasked to do this to bring you on board.
My face, it is not shocked, but yet it is shocked. Okay. I want to make sure that I
Have a good evening.
Yes, you too. And look on the bright side. At least now you can turn around and weasel into his heart in a way that you will now have some power in the city. Even though you don't want it. Sometimes it is good to bank for the future.
True.
You do need to bank for the future.
Yes, gracious, I'm aware.
If I'm not here, I need somebody to do it. You come now in line to it.
I understand.
You have not only a destiny, but you have a name to fulfill as one of down in the line of Menely.
I know.
Remember tradition.
I do.
Good. Be safe.
You as well. And she turns and leaves.
And as Dr. Hammond Taylor, or Dr. Taylor Hammond, because I'm even bad with words too, is leaving, who are we going with next? Who would like to talk to whom? Please and thank you.
You can go next. Kajai is looking for any of the Banalkeen blood sorcerers that he may know in the city. See if they know anything about how to find this.
You will actually be brought to Najera, who happens to be probably walking around doing some light scouting. She's now made sheriff, even though Peterson isn't aware of it. She's walking around and she will see you and give you a polite nod and be like, hello, how are you doing? Are you having a good evening?
Is good so far? Settling into your new position?
One knows to jump when one needs to jump.
I am curious. Did Jackson ask you to find these items first?
No. My job was to handle the last sheriff.
Was it a good fight?
Excellent fight between me and Ms. Davis and Jared. Let's just say he did not get away at all. It was very hard for him to even attempt to escape. You send a southerner to find another southerner. They tend to battle it out and you just gently sweep up in the end.
Your clan supporting Jackson in this, or is this your decision?
It is what's best for the clan. Ever since the wedding of last year and we were brought into the Camarilla, we must support the Camarilla. We don't have to support the prince that we do not agree with.
Remind me of the humans at that. More than a few kings and civilizations have died because everyone thought they were serving their people by picking and choosing who to serve.
And can you imagine what we have gone through by a clan picking and choosing the curse we had to live under?
And I imagine Warlock's current situation brings you at least a small amount of pleasure.
Oh, let's just say, I don't wish anyone ill, but when a clan turns around and falls due to their own misfortunes and ego, there might be a little bit of mirth in there for me to smile about. Just a little.
I am not very well learned in blood sorcery. Is there anything you know?
About?
Anything you know about these lightning bolts?
Let's see, when that came here, it was before the fall of London, and I was actually making my way to learn about, shall we say, our neighbors. Their magic is something completely different from ours. They deal with spirits, not spirits as in what the Hayakata would be dealing with. These are nature spirits. This is magic that flows within the soul. Things that are tied into nature that we have been cut off from centuries. Might as well get the Magus in here to help you. They are closer to it as well. Between them, the changeling folk, fucking pixies, at the same time dealing with the werewolves. The magic is just sadly without our knowledge. We understand a bit, but it is nothing all-encompassing. It doesn't cover themselves in the occult textbooks. This is verbal folklore you are seeking. I'm
You know
sorry
if
to disappoint.
if these things do anything to the environment around them, any odd occurrences.
I do not know. I have never seen a fetish before. I have heard of them. And what they do to the Garu charges them up. It brings their wolf and human parts together, and it surges them into being a stronger warrior, stronger than you and I could ever be. Unfortunately, we cannot be 12 feet tall with rage that is 10, 20 manfold and claws that can rip through steel. To have that power, can you only imagine?
I have encountered people with great power. I'm more concerned about those who know how to wield it properly.
Well, they are coming at our borders and they are not knocking. If I'm in a fight, if you are so inclined, I can always call for you to join.
I'll do what I can. Doubt what my ancestor would think if I were to abandon the Camarilla in its time of need.
Yeah, well, he was a interesting soul. To say the least.
You believe in Jackson's ability to accomplish what he wants.
The potential is there. If he wises up, if he is quick to the task and sharp as a tack, unlike what Peterson is, it is possible, yes. If not, then he is a lost cause. We don't know the merit of a man until he's pushed to it, yes?
Do you have any plans for what should happen should he not live up to expectations?
I'm a Banu Hakim. What do you expect I will be doing?
I'm excited to see how this goes.
It will be entertaining, to say the least. With the task of killing Balthazar and ridding Chicago of, shall we say, the filth of a horrible person. And I don't mean horrible as in the human way. I'm saying this as an Abanoa king judge. He needed to die. I just got the legal okay to do it.
Dare not question the wisdom of the judges.
I wouldn't judge. He had been judged. He was decreed to die long before I ever got the okay to do it. Peterson was holding several people back.
Shall see.
Well, if there's anything else, you let me know. Okay?
Same to you. I look forward to crossing swords with you one day.
I will enjoy it immensely. Plus, you don't get to fight a descendant of Montando often. With your reputation.
Always available.
You have a balanced night, okay?
As well.
Thank you. And as they part, is there anyone else that wishes to speak about certain things to certain people?
We'll be heading to Tent City and talk to Wanaka.
And I'll be heading with him.
Oh, great. Okay. Fantastic. I don't have a deep bass voice, so I apologize, people.
Fine.
I'm sure we all know what Winnetka looks like. He's a man with a very unique mask, dark cloak, and as you walk into the tent city, I would say, Dr. Smith, you know that there are eyes all over you.
Okay.
Of course, you're
I-
unfazed.
I just stick next to Spotter and follow him.
Spotter knows where Waneka is, the main tent, where he sees his sire 8-Ball getting up, shaking hands. And she turns to look at both of you and she just kind of tilts her head. 8-Ball happens to be not only Nosferatu, but a great lady of intelligence, wit, and architectural knowledge. And she gives a nod to Spotter and offers her hand to Dr. Smith.
I take it, but it's the most robotic handshake she's probably ever experienced.
When you touch the leather glove, you just feel where the bones are in her hand. There's no meat to it.
Still just a quick up, down, let go.
Spotter, it's been a while.
Sire, this is Dr. Smith.
You're the new Tremere.
I am.
Pleasure. Interesting building you acquired. Hoping to bring more people in.
Perhaps in the future.
I look forward to seeing this. He's ready for you, Spotter.
Thank you.
And she'll walk out. Roneka kind of leans back, kind of nods his head to Spotter, nods his head to Smith, going, "What can I get you to?"
Question for the storyteller. With the 4-dot in the Waneka background,
Mm-hmm.
I can get up to 3 secrets for a story.
Yes, you can.
Can I use one of those for this question?
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, Waneka. We've been tasked by the paladin himself with finding the lightning bolt. Is that what it's called, Doctor?
That's what it was referred to as, Jupiter's
Yeah.
lightning bolt.
Some werewolf fetish. We need a lead. I know. We didn't ease into it. No, I should have brought some booze.
Look. The hi, how you doing? I get you on that, no problem. Especially when you bring Dr. Smith in here. No worries. Let's just talk about a multi-century old fucking fetish from some goddamn werewolves that disappeared like a billion fucking years ago. And you
Yes.
want me to pull out information out my ass.
I mean, if that's where you keep it.
Look. You know where I keep my secrets. I don't keep them in my ass. That's for fucking sure. God, you're a chip off all your fucking mom's block. Dear God.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, no shit. Okay. Lightning bolt. You want to know what about this?
We need to find it. Location.
For Jackson.
Who has it? For Jackson. Yeah.
Right.
He's making a play.
Yeah, excuse me. Let me pull that one out. Have you gone to the Temple of Autumn yet?
No.
Swan of Jupiter. Let's just say they are not only a group, but a cult. I'm sure you know about cults.
A few kindred join them.
No, this one is either you're a certain kind of werewolf or you're a certain tribal werewolf. That's it. Nobody else can join. They believe in the whole bullshit about Jupiter and all this stuff. You're either Yuktana, Stargazer, or a child of Gaia. And that was their fetish. Unfortunately, when apparently, I think, I don't know, you gotta talk to 8-Ball about this exact shit because she was around for that. But when that one dude got hacked, shot, killed, whatever, all shit disappeared. And when that lightning bolt disappeared, all the werewolves immediately turned around and started hunting down Kindred just to try and find where the fucking shit went. Let's just say it takes a werewolf to find a fetish. Unfortunately, whoever took the fetish knew how to dig underground. You know what I mean?
I am picking up what you're putting down.
And when all that shit, all those buildings were taken down underground, what do you think we did with it? Built it into new shit. Come on.
I got it.
You're from the Zerilios line. How do you not know about the architecture of down the city?
I've been down there once.
No, she don't took you down one shit.
Yeah.
Look, everything is usually, if it's thrown away, if it's hidden, if it's recycled, whatever. You either find it here or down there.
If the Nos want it, it's down there.
Look, when the fucking assholes tried to flood the old mining tunnels, we were fucked. A lot of us died. But sadly enough, we learned how to teach those fuckers how to turn around and do better engineering so they can't, plug the lake again. Assholes.
All right.
The secret from my knowledge is you've talked to them. They give you more information. They know the shit. The only thing is that how deep did the person who wanted to hide it dig?
Yep.
And knowing from my sources, look, between Meneley and Helena, this place has been a fucking war zone since they came on this fucking place. Throwing changelings, mages, and werewolves all in just to turn around to see who was the bigger bitch. Deep down inside, I mean, seriously, we all lost in that fucking war. One way or another. And when the werewolves tossed Loden out, they thought they got their revenge. They thought they were going to get their shit back. 17 years later, they still don't have fucking anything. No wonder why they're trying to make a deal.
Right.
Because the sooner they make one, the sooner they get the shit done, the sooner they can out. Second Inquisition's about, that shit. They're not
First Light.
They're not turning around and just hunting us. And being we pushed them out of the city, we pushed them into the suburbs, which is where the fucking assholes are.
Right.
That's 2 secrets I just gave you.
Oh, jeez.
But then we'll charge for the second.
And I appreciate that.
So you keep your eyes open. Listen.
Don't worry.
You know the city's talking one way or another.
I'll listen.
Just be cozy with the... you like werewolves. You like puppies. Not the gangrels, but the other puppies. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go swimmingly.
Make a friend. You'll be fine. Yeah. You know what? I will talk to one of my friends. I see how I get you a contact.
Thank you.
That you will owe me for.
All right.
We'll do one small boon. Okay.
That's fair.
Anything you'd like to ask Dr. Smith while I am gratiated by a Termir's presence that I haven't been around with for 2 years?
I simply wish to make contact.
With what?
You.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of you. You're a hub of knowledge and information. It'd be idiotic of me not to know you.
Fair. Okay, I'll give you that. You just shoot to the point, don't you?
Always.
Shit. Well, you're going to have to learn how to schmooze. It's Chicago.
I listen to jazz music. That should be enough.
Have you ever watched the movie, the one, Spotter, you help me out with this one, the Untouchables, the Unfindables?
Untouchables.
Yeah, cool. The Untouchables. You got to learn the Chicago way. If you don't learn the Chicago way, you're going to fall flat on your ass. And people walk over you.
Okay.
Personality, my guy. Grab an accent. Understood.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Well,
What more of an accent would I need?
You're from Pennsylvania. That says everything.
Thank you.
Sure. Which part of Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, fuck. Well, as soon as you want to get that steel pipe out your ass and, we put a little wood in you, we'll be fine.
Mm.
You don't get the steel mill joke either.
Oh, it was a joke.
Okay. Okay, Spotter, your sire taught me this movie or this TV show called Big Bang Theory. I will
Bazinga.
now, exactly, now I will make a sign that says sarcasm, just so you know when I'm being sarcastic, Dr. Smith, okay?
Oh, no, I know when you're being sarcastic.
Oh, I was just, I
He
wasn't
doesn't
sure.
care.
Okay, all right. Okay, we're giving no fucks then. Okay, gotcha.
I understand sarcasm. I'm not a machine.
Could have fooled me.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, well, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great one.
Thank you, Waneka.
And you talk to people, okay? I'll get you a contact. And
Thank you.
Dr. Smith, stay living.
Good to make your acquaintance. I'll
Yeah.
take advantage of our knowing each other at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. You drop my name down, people go, how the fuck you know him? It's fine. I get it all the time. And as they leave, who else would like to talk to who else?
So Magnus is going to go talk to, let's say, one of his mother's relatives.
Okie dokie. Give me a second. I'm writing down a name. Shit. Yeah, hi. This is Junie pulling NPCs out of her ass, like literally right now. So you're gonna go down to the south side.
Mm-hmm.
Your family is branched out more so than you've thought. Well, there's still a bit of that German in them, but they married into Irish, Italians, Polish, and you go down to the Bite Me garage. There's people. It's not just like a regular mechanics garage. This is big wheels. This is 18-wheelers. This is not only just that, but they also handle logistics and trade and things like that. They're good people to know.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk in, and they all know when you come in, you go straight to the manager's office, and you know it is Joan the Hammer O'Hara. And once the outline of you come in the door, because it's like this frosted glass, the door just opens like, what the fuck you want?
Hey, Joan.
What up?
Have a drink with me?
As if I'm not already doing it.
Oh, I know, but do you have a drink that I can drink?
Sure. And she'll pull out something from the fridge and slide it over to you. I smelled you on the way in.
Good to know.
What up?
He pours himself a drink. Well, there's one less Confederate bastard in this city.
Oh, which bitch?
Balthazar.
The fucker?
Yeah.
Who got the fucker?
One of the deputies.
Son of a whore.
Yeah.
I wanted that asshole. Bitch. I wanted to
Could've
know what
been
he
worse.
tasted like. Was it just...
I mean, he would have tasted like ash, like any of us. Like,
No. There's certain kinds of ash. Like, you would be kind of like a floofy kind of ash. If you did somebody else, like Balthazar, he would have been more of like this grease kind of gun-toting, kind of sickly kind of ash. If you got one of those floofy ones, the ones with the pretty dresses, they just taste like flowers. Fuck the ash. If you got those mean bitches, like that one that you got over at your Elysium, what are those fighters chicks? Oh my God. Oh, those taste like really, really good fucking ash. There's different flavors of ashes. Don't underestimate the ash.
I'll keep that in mind.
Please
Didn't know
do.
you were such a connoisseur.
Of course. How else do I keep this place clean? These fuckers want to turn around and get this shit? Of course we're going to turn around and end it. Screw that bullshit. So Balthazar's fucking dead. Son of a bitch. I wanted to get that asshole. He was pressing us about 4 weeks back.
Well, hopefully that will stop now.
Well, yeah, it's not like Ash can turn around and press me for money. Not unless you all can turn around and do shit like that. Wait,
I mean,
can you do that?
not that I know of.
All
As
right.
far as
Well,
I know, once someone's Ash, that's it. They're gone.
oh, so I can't add moisturizer, some water, put it up, put you all in a clay thing, bake you, and bring you back to life?
I mean, you'd have to talk to a mage about that,
Ooh, possibility.
but I don't think so.
Shit. All right. What you need?
Well, do you have anyone that knows the shit that went down around the Chicago World's Fair back in 1893?
Yeah, let me just go back into my past fucking lives and try to remember that crap.
I mean, if you can.
Really? You want me to try and remember?
Were you in Chicago last life?
Several lifetimes ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're talking like a hop, skip, and, I don't know, 3 lifetimes ago?
Yeah.
I
I
got
mean-
killed a couple of times. What can I say?
Yeah, well, there were those wars. I mean,
Plus I may or may not have had indigestion after eating a tank, but it was a thing.
you ate a tank.
Yeah, how else do you get it to stop?
Yeah, you're really reminding me of Mom right now.
Duh. Same bloodline, same lineage.
Yeah.
A tank rolls, you go and chomp. Anyhow, lifetimes ago, what'd you want to know about life? Well, I could.
So, back then, history, the mayor got shot. And about the same time the mayor got shot,
Mm-hmm.
there were 2 items that got lifted from the fair.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a Jupiter's lightning bolt fetish that the werewolves had let be borrowed. And then
Okay.
there was a book from Critias, the old angry one. The really, really old angry one.
The toga bitch.
Yes.
Yeah, got you. I know you guys can't really do this, but have you ever thought about Googling?
There's kind of some rules about technology right now.
Hey. Hold on. She turns her computer. La 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 la. Okay, Jupiter's lightning bolt was missing. Disappeared after assassination of Mayor Carter Harrison Sr. Ooh, okay, so they were doing juniors and seniors back then. Gotcha. Who at the time was a 5-time Chicago mayor. Ooh, talk about longevity. Shit. The closing of the fair was canceled and was replaced by a large public memorial service. Ooh, that's creepy. Rumors are they didn't close the fair due to the disappearance of a lightning bolt, oddly enough. Many have tried to find it, but some are just say that it's about Harrison's assassination. Maybe it was still before Harris assassin. So the guy who killed Harris thinks that he lifted it, but he was hung 7 months after the assassination, and he never said nothing. Did you go to the library?
I mean, that was my next stop, but it's not like they're gonna have human records about where the old book went when it got lifted, you know?
Called microfiche.
Yeah, I know microfiche. I was there when it was invented.
I just Googled it, dude.
I know, but that doesn't tell me where it went. That's what I'm trying to find out, if anyone knows where it went. I mean, you had piskies crawling all over the fair. I figure if something like that got lifted, maybe they saw something.
But I'm a red cap, my guy.
Y'all
You can't
don't
avoid me.
talk?
Does it look like I talked to a fucking pixie?
I don't know.
Not
Like, I
often.
talk to Toreadors, so...
Well, their floofy pants turn around and do shit. They look pretty. You're supposed
And
to talk to them.
Tiskies, like, float around
No, they're
and
annoying as hell. Well,
sprinkle things and steal shit.
at
Like,
least they're not pukas.
it's true.
Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I will reach out to a friend of mine who I normally do not talk to, and I will see what I can find out. Maybe I could turn around and hit her with a couple of blows to the head, see if she'll remember her past lives. You know, it's how we get to know each other. If they can dodge my wrench, then, you know, I will let them hit me with a ball.
Sounds fair.
Okay, good. Wait, where can I find you at?
Well, I am allowed a phone, so here's my number.
Oh, well, hot damn. What if I want to come in and visit you? Shit.
Okay, I've got a clinic, but there's an issue in the back rooms in the basement, I think. Might be in the upper floor.
Don't you want a bar or something like that?
I mean, I have a bar too, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, here.
Ask
Bar,
the
drinks on me.
red cap not to go to a fucking bar. God. At least one of us enjoys it.
It's true.
Okay. I'll go to your bar if I know anything, and I'll send the pixie over, or whoever I can find over that somehow fucking remembers this shit.
Appreciate it. I'll owe you one.
You owe me several now. Hold on. I got my tab. Let me pull out the mountains of paperwork you still owe me. Cars don't come cheap, my guy.
He just reaches into his pocket, pulls out a checkbook, writes check, and hands her a check for $100,000.
Thank you. Lovely doing business with you. I'll make sure you find out next week.
All right, thank you.
And as Dr. Sanchez leaves his lovely cousin's office, anyone else need anything?
I believe it's me left.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and Bastion is going to hit the hottest, most crowded Elysia of the city at this night.
Okay. So you can go to one of two Elysiums. You can go to the Field Museum or the Art Museum.
I'm gonna go to the art museum.
Okay. That's a choice. And are you looking for anyone in particular?
Oh, I'm gonna gauge around the mood, hear the rumors. If someone is a little more talkative,
Then you'll find them and kind of glue onto them. Well, you find something better. And I'm going to
Ooh.
introduce you to Kitty Primrose, Toreador, and Harpy. Pictures in Discord.
oh, perfect.
And she'll see you coming in and she'll disengage from whatever conversation she was in and flitter up to you going, Bastion, it's been forever. Kiss, kiss.
Oh, Kitty, it is always a pleasure. And I give her a kiss on both sides of the cheeks. Now, will you accompany me?
Of course. Where are you going?
Oh, I'm going around. I like to listen to some people, but you sound a lot more interesting.
Oh, you're just being flattering now, aren't you?
Is it working?
No.
Oh, so then let me double up.
Oh, you could only try, dear. I know your game and she'll just boop you on the nose.
Well, why don't you tell me your game then?
My game is to listen and find out everything that's going on, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I heard a little rumor about you.
About me?
Of course. I heard you got a little limousine ride to an exclusive club. You do have to tell me everything.
Do I? Interesting. Why don't we make a deal about that?
Oh, you're trying to pull deals now, are you? Can you cash in that check you're going to try and write?
It depends on what you pay back.
You know I'm open for almost anything. A girl has some discretion.
Yes, of course. A guy sometimes has discretion as well. Let me walk back the situation.
Oh, please.
I have some interest on the happenstance of the city nowadays.
Mhm.
You know, I am not from here. I came here a couple of times in the past. I'd like to know more about the comes and goings, the members. Oh, I do believe they utilize the term kindred in English.
Oh, you're going to try and drop some, very sexy Portuguese on me and try to make me try and translate. You naughty dog.
Again, is it working?
No, not at all. Because I'll just turn around and speak Russian to you. It's okay.
Okay. So the problem is,
Mhm.
I've been hearing all odds and ends about the security and the various attempts of everyone around here, and I would like to know about the happenstance and whereabouts of the people of this amazing city.
Are you talking about the upper echelons, meaning the elders, or are we talking more the movers and shakers? You need to be a little bit more detailish, dear.
Let's go about both, and
That
neither
would cost
specifically.
you.
And neither specifically. I want some elders, but also that make moves. You know, the ones that actually put their face on things, instead of the ones that go around sitting and chatting all night.
Oh, you want the bold ones that are actually trying to do something then?
Yes, I like to hear about the movements of the pieces.
Well, I heard Paladin's making a move. I don't know exactly what yet, but he's finding people to do some dirty work from what I've been understanding. I don't know exactly who yet, but I'm sure I'll find out. One little slip of the tongue and oops, I find out everything. I just have to make sure I'm talking to the right people.
You know, finding the right information is really a problem in the city.
Oh, I know.
You always have 10,000 times of ears to hear.
Sadly enough, I can't get my nose into the Nosferatu Tensi just yet. Something about their decor.
Now, getting to know Nosferatu is not one of my expertises.
And I thought you could make friends with everyone.
Yeah, would you like to know more?
Wouldn't
I happen to get to find out many kindred. Nosferatu always elude me. They tend to be, I don't know, a little skittish. They see a rose and say, "Oh my God, he's going to try and judge me."
I know,
or
right?
something like that.
As if we're going to be that cruel in front of their faces. It's called backtalk for a
Exactly.
reason.
Exactly. I am not one to backtalk in front of a person. That's the whole
Exactly.
point. But
Let's just smooze you in front of you, and then we'll just gently, berate you at the back end. Nobody will know, and no one's the wiser. Don't they know how this
Yes.
game is played? But I will say this. I did see Annabelle skidding around here just a little bit trying to find Cradius. She can't find him just yet, but she seems to be wanting to make a deal with him. And I don't know why she would ever want to do that.
no,
You know that little
that's
beef.
spicy.
Well, knowing her and that new girl coming around, apparently there's some new extravagant rose coming around. Don't know a
No.
name yet, but as soon as I find it, I'll let you know.
Very good. Getting to find information about our kind specifically, it's always useful. We gotta know what scents we have in our garden, right?
Oh, of course. We have to make sure we pluck out those weeds, no, don't we?
Don't tell me about it. Now, let's walk to a more secluded area then.
Oh, and are we going to be talking in a hushed tone now?
Aren't we already?
Well, I
Who-
wasn't, but I know
Who
nobody
would
was
dare
listening.
to? Who would dare to listen to us?
Oh, I know, right? Perish the thought. Though I do know that the scourge does have ears everywhere, so you might want to watch out. Nobody
Why
knows
would-
who they are, but but they report everything. It's so weird.
Why would I fear their scourge? I'm not doing anything illegal.
That's true. But let's just say they tend to act on things. And from what I understand, and this is between you and me, Peterson's losing more and more grip every day with a different kindred around here.
I hear satisfaction is low with their dearest prince.
Oh, satisfaction's so low. I mean, if you had George Bush coming in trying to become president again, he'd be higher than Peterson.
Now, oh my God.
I mean, when a human rates higher than your approval rating as a kindred, that's saying something.
Yes, let's make that guy in Washington declare praxis next time. I don't know.
Well, I heard that there are several people in line trying to get praxis.
Yes. You mentioned about Jackson, but
He might be
what's
one. There might be a
yes
couple more. I'm
a couple
still
more?
trying to get a couple of feelers out there. And I heard that Lucinda had actually privately visited Peterson last week.
Oh, that was an ass beating, wasn't it? I am sure it was.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Oh, you wouldn't know because you weren't there.
I was not present to see the Justicar. However, I do know he didn't look very happy. Though ironically enough, just 2 days afterwards, Jackson was glowing. Coincidence?
Oh, that's perhaps that was a change in the air.
There's
One could
always a
not
chain in the air.
Yes. Considering this whole situation, why don't we break this particular deal? I am very interested in knowing the whereabouts and the power plays specifically because I'm not a neonate. I don't want to be swayed into the moods of others.
Give me a couple of nights and I'll give you some tiddly information that will just satiate all of your needs.
And in return,
You know what? I'm going to save that for a later date when I need it the most. You know how this works.
you are devious.
I know. And you came to the right person to do that too.
Honestly, however, the best kind of information comes from tips like this.
Of course. If it's not from your own clan, really, can you really trust any of it?
I barely trust my own clan.
Oh, and we're clanmates. Who knew?
But honestly, it was a pleasure.
Of course it was for you to meet me. But you have a great night, and I'll give you a little ring later.
Don't worry, the pleasure I will provide will come later. Full hold.
Fantastic. I can't wait.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Uh-huh.
And
You have a great night. And
you will.
She flutters away.
And I'll flutter away myself.
And as your evenings are running down, is there any last things any of you guys would like to do? Get together, do a bonfire?
I don't think anyone has particularly asked for us to meet again, right?
I mean, we talked about meeting again after we had gone.
Maybe just like a quick powwow before things wrap up too much.
Let's meet up at the bar one last time before we go back to our havens or whatever we're doing.
Yes. Go back to the bar. Honestly, city's lively. I love this place.
Chicago is always active.
Well, what did we find?
Theodore will glance at Spotter and then look at everyone else in turn and just say, "None of you are claustrophobic, are you?"
Why do you ask that?
And then he'll just glance back at Spotter.
Well, There's a strong possibility that what we're looking for is in the Undercity.
Excellent.
At least one of them.
At least one of them.
Excellent.
It would be a far more difficult task if we did not have you here. And he'll once again glance back at Spotter.
It'll be a difficult task even with me there. It's not safe down there.
Well, I got pretty much confirmation that the whole snatching of the things was likely on Helena's order to fuck with Menelie's plans. And it was done by Maria, who is now no longer with us, of course. But likely the items were kept wherever Maria had hidden Helena while she was torpor. Which the Undercity makes sense.
Can you put us?
How long has Helena been missing?
I'm doing math in my head. Close to over 100 and some odd years. She's been missing since 1822.
Yeah, so you're telling me these items might be right near a Methuselah that's around the time they would be waking up.
Yeah.
You get us access to the city.
Yeah.
Were you able to find a tracker?
No. The Banu Hakim are unable to find these items. Either of them. Apparently there's some other type of magic. Something relating to spirits. Either is beyond our abilities or the abilities of people as young as we are.
That kind of jives with what Aneka said. He thinks we'll need a werewolf.
Striking a deal with a werewolf? No. Jackson's plan now sounds so much more compelling.
The only difference is scale. We're looking for one werewolf. He seems to be looking for all of them.
Speaking of scale, I walked around, asked some things. Apparently, it is common knowledge, at least to anyone that matters, about Kevin's play. Whatever happened to Balthazar doesn't seem to be out yet, but I don't doubt it will be in the next couple of nights. Also, it appears that Kevin's not the only one that wants to do a power play at this moment.
Oh?
I was led to believe 2 other people are in the race, but the Harpy also conveniently did not tell me the names, and I could not push much further, else I would risk my own face on that. But I do find interesting information she pointed out. It appears that Annabelle went to Elysia trying to find Critias.
It's awfully convenient that I kept him engaged for the evening.
Specifically to set a deal, apparently.
He knows where the wind's blowing.
Oh, yes. It appears that Critias is a pivotal name to be on the side of anyone.
That old philosopher is ancient and powerful.
And everyone seems to be on the same mindset.
Banu have decided to select Kevin for Praxis.
Are they recognized as a pillar, or is their joining still too fresh?
I believe it's too fresh.
They do have a hound, however. It's not nothing.
The loss of the Tremere has altered the calculus greatly. Their blood sorcery gives them a unique advantage.
What about you, Magnus? What did you find?
I spoke with someone from the Wild Ones. They're going to reach out and see if there's anyone that knows about the actual theft itself, because just because something was done on Maria's orders doesn't mean she didn't hire others. The older kindred especially knew how to contact and make deals with various groups.
Absolutely, because there's 3 things that at least we know of that were done in that incident. A book was stolen, a fetish was stolen, and a mayor was assassinated.
And from what I remember of the World's Fair, that place was practically crawling with Piskies and other wild ones.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Storyteller. I am, unfortunately, a Tremere. Would I be able to do an occult about figuring out if I actually know that wild ones are changelings in this case? Because I don't know if I necessarily have that knowledge.
Sure, give me an
But I'm willing to roll a few. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Might help if I actually alt tab to my character sheet instead of something else.
You know how it goes.
And I'm guessing my occult specialty doesn't apply.
Sure. What's your occult specialty?
Hermeticism. I
know
don't think it works here.
Do you know what? Hermetics knew a lot of shit. Throw it in there. Fuck it, I don't care.
Fair enough. And what's my target? Sorry.
Standard 6. But Tremere, I know. Unfortunately, Urian, it's like slander. Damn.
All right, that'll be 3 successes.
Oh yeah, you're aware. That's a given. The reason why you didn't get to deal with them was because you were in Philly. No, you weren't in Philly. You were in Pittsburgh, the Steel City. You're not gonna find changelings anywhere near Steel.
Nah, not in a high degree, anyways.
Not where
But I've at least heard the basics.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know the standard rigmarole. You're a Tremere that has at least well researched all the other beings of supernatural origin. So you would know a bit about that, yeah. You can continue.
All right.
It appears the situation is a little more dire than we gave it credit. Not much, but a little more.
Absolutely. If word's already through the grapevine or the rose vine, really, about things shifting and people are talking about, the Justicar of Clan fucking Ventru doing shit in the city. And yeah, it's going to be common knowledge sooner rather than later that Kevin's making a move for Princeton.
And he's also moved up the others' agendas as well.
Yeah, and there's others that might be trying to vie for position as well, so we might be looking at a Praxis war.
Yay, war.
But I will say other clans that may be interested in pursuing don't really stand a chance when Lucinda has her hand involved in it. I know a thing or two about Justicars.
Sounds like that's reliant on our assistance.
Yeah.
Means we have the potential to tip things one way or the other.
And one thing I'm going to make you all aware. Kevin is young and he fucked up. He told us to find the objects. We're not just going to find them. We're going to retrieve them. And he is going to owe us big time.
Oh, so we'll be holding them hostage.
We might even deliver it, but
We might even
to-
deliver, but he's going to owe us
Mhm.
big time.
Smart play.
Because if we are going to be the kingmakers, the king is going to owe us.
Mm-hmm.
So start thinking about what you want, because we will succeed. I'll be damn sure of it.
At Taylor's sentence of think about what you want, of the more socially conscious people definitely catch emotion sneaking through Theodore's face. It's very quick, but there's a sharp grin that lasts for about a second.
And she just winks at you because she caught it.
Double
I
wink.
would recommend you all prepare yourselves for what comes next.
Yes.
Princes are dropping like flies in current nights.
Yes, I apparently think they might just try declaring themselves as prince eventually. Are going to have 2, 3 we're going to have to move quick.
Yes, we are. So, what do we say? Maybe a week, tops, before we start making moves? We got to get our information all lined up. Get our contacts, get whatever we can get.
Around as much as they can.
At least we know we're going to have to go into the Undercity, so we can prepare for that as well.
Yeah, and she looks to Spotter. Is one Becca going to hook you up with maybe one of the werewolves or something, or somebody that can get you in contact with them?
It cost me, but he will.
Okay. She looks to Magnus. I think the two of us should go back him up on that.
Yeah. Can do that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
I think considering the whole situation of the book might be inducing of Methuselah's action, I should perhaps require others to help me and require information on that regard.
Would suggest that Bastion goes instead of you, Dr. Taylor. The little I do know about the werewolves is they do not like the more inhuman of us.
Inhuman?
You give off the feeling of a hunter. May not be good amongst apex predators.
Out of character, Magnus gives off the exact same aura. He has obvious predator as well.
Or they're not cowards and they would respect it.
As long as we don't bring violence to
Exactly.
them. And we are not what they deem a threat to Gaia or whatever they believe in, then
And we show a little of our strength that we're willing to put behind this endeavor.
That's
Go on,
the
man.
best fit. Oh, please.
Your own life, your choice.
I also believe they'd be willing to put aside many grievances if they heard that they might get the lightning bolt back.
Exactly. And I am the archaeologist that will help find it. So,
Your Hammond is better for this.
It appears we at least have a concise plan for the next week or so.
yeah, let's work on getting all our ducks in a row for this. get what we can, get connections that we can, and then we start moving next week.
Do you all have any spaces that you feel would benefit from various regnants not being able to enter? Ghouls, for the layman's term.
This place.
I can do that.
I think this would be a good place for us to meet for the foreseeable future, as long as we can make sure no ghouls or others would get in and bug it or anything like that.
However, I have a warning. The Harpy already knew about the reunion with Kevin. We are probably going to be watched. So
It's Chicago.
about this.
At Chicago,
Yes.
people are always watching.
So just let's
Every
respond.
room has 3 Nosferatu in it.
And I've miscount one.
No,
We
including
Yes.
know of one.
Mhm.
I look forward to it.
And I suppose we are all forming coterie for this. It makes too much sense.
This place can be a base for the coterie.
yeah,
Thank you for
clubhouse.
your hospitality,
Thanks, Doc.
Dr. Sanchez.
We're very gracious
course.
for that. I will not forget it.
I think
My
we can
place
work
isn't-
well together.
Well, gentlemen, have a lovely evening with what's left of it.
You as well.
And Taylor will go out and hail a cab.
Actually, if there are TVs up in the bar, I'm probably going to go watch sports.
Yep, there are. It's not a very active bar. It's kind of a more
Perfect.
low-key bar.
I
I'm
believe
simply
it's
going to
cool.
leave.
Go ahead, Guy.
Oh, I just say
Because I was leaving
to
with
leave.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
all okay. So with all of you guys leaving and the night's coming to an end, welcome to Chicago Hidden City, everyone. Episode 1. I've been Judy Von Esch, and there's a lot of closing that I'm trying to remember just off the top of my head by doing all of this other stuff. So this will be put up on YouTube at some point. Everything's on YouTube. Go watch it. If you don't, I'm going to be very sad and I will cry tears. And you don't want to see me with running makeup. It's really bad. Don't forget, throw Mama a coffee. She needs it. God knows she needs it. Don't forget, donations and tips do things. Subbing to the channel goes to Mama and Shanky. Please shank
Shank someone.
shank him because he needs it. We have friends here. Ree, what are you doing?
But tomorrow night, our Call of Cthulhu campaign continues, featuring I think she's to this side of me, Mama. So come check that out.
She's right below me. I'm just gonna point down there. She got some swanky kind of new hair and everything.
There.
I'm the redhead.
Fancy.
She fancy.
Because of all these guys, I asked them, okay, which wig? And they're like, all like unanimously, red.
Yeah. On the Call of Cthulhu, she's a fancy lady. Okay, just respect her.
Mhm.
Very wise.
Great story.
All right, so make sure you join us on our Discord as well.
I forgot. Sorry.
That's it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. So join us on the Discord. That is where this show was cast from, and we cast all our shows from within our Discord community. We also have an amazing group there, and we occasionally do Zoom hangouts with the community. We just did one last night after the first session of our Queen's Gambit Chronicle. Yeah. So join us there. Also, coming up over the next week, first off, thank you all for joining us for the premiere of this. We've had 2 premieres this week, and both were amazing. Junie, you did excellent. Thank you. And all of my fellow players, thank you so much. This was such a fun session. Literally, what we got going on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Dark Ages. We're in season 3 of Dark Ages. Junie's there. I'm there. Maddox is there. Ravnos Archon is there. Beetle Spock's there. And yeah, shit's about to go down for real. We've got the first Inquisition up in this fucking camp of Romani. It's not okay. It's not okay. Not okay at all. Yeah. And we're about to see if they can breathe in fucking Stygian Shroud. But yeah.
What
there's
the
still a Sombra in this group.
The Sombra are bloodthirsty in the Dark Ages.
What?
No.
Neither of us are on a humanity path, so it's fine. Yeah, so that's 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And of course, Friday, join me as I run my first ever V5 game as Queen's Gambit returns for its second session, which will be the first session for my vampires. You will see Glaciate again as one of my vampires. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. They are in so much danger. It's great.
Yes. I'm very afraid. I am very afraid.
So that is 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And of course, we'll be, I believe, hang on. Urani, you still in chat? Is Tiss running a game Saturday?
Yes.
Ree, you know this too. She is Saturday?
Yes.
She is. Okay.
Yes, the
So
14th.
Saturday, you get a double feature. You get 3 p.m. Eastern, Tiss, with her intrepid investigators, including Ree and Urani and Showtime Demon and a whole bunch, Evan Blade, literally a bunch of people. Amazing. Amazing. And literally, they'll be playing London Esoteric Society, which is a Call of Cthulhu 7E stream, 3 p.m. Eastern Saturday. And then at 8 p.m. Eastern Saturday, we return for the second episode of season 1 of Chicago Hidden City. Yeah. All right.
They said I could run a game. I didn't realize it was going to be like this. Oh my God.
It was fun, though.
It was really fun.
Make sure you all take care of yourselves. Take care of your mental well-being. If you are struggling right now or currently in crisis, reach out to your support network if you have one. If you do not have one, please, in chat right now, which I am putting it in chat, is a list of organizations that have numbers that you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They will provide you your crisis support, provide you potentially with resources to have ongoing support, get you the help that you need. If you are currently watching on YouTube or you are outside of the U.S., make sure you go to findahelpline.com. There you can search based on your location and find a listing of support lines available to you in your country. They serve over 140 countries. So please, please get the help you need. And also, I'm McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. I'm going to tell you, make sure you get your vaccines. We are getting into the season for getting flu shots. Make sure you get your fucking flu shot. Flu still fucking sends people to the hospital and kills people for real. Yeah, it's been around forever and we've never cured a single virus. So yeah, make sure you get your shots. Get your COVID vaccine or booster too, please. Please. It's very important because COVID is surging. Again, it always surges in the summer when people are hanging out and doing cookouts and all the fun stuff. And then it surges again in winter because of the holidays and socializing and all that stuff. Yeah. So make sure that you get your boosters and your vaccines because it's real fucking important. It reduces symptoms. It helps prevent the spread. Herd immunity is a real thing, and it's very fucking important, especially for those who are far more vulnerable and can't get the vaccinations. So please, please do that. Also, take your meds, drink your water, get some sunshine when you can, and make sure you're registered to vote, especially if you are here in the U.S. Make sure you are registered to vote, that you check your registration if you are already registered, especially in Republican-controlled states, because they are fucking around with shit. You need to check it every week, y'all. For real. They are fucking around with shit. And you need to make sure that you turn up in November whether it's by mail-in, absentee ballot, early voting, or day of at the polling place. Make sure you vote literally. Vote blue down the fucking ballot for real, y'all. The GOP shows you who they are. They can't fucking govern. They can't pass a fucking budget without having their balls dragged across a grater. They literally can't do shit other than cause fucking problems. Republicans are backing Kamala Harris because the GOP has lost their way. Please. Said with love. And with that, thank you all for joining us. Have a lovely night. And Junie, you can take us out.
Oh, yay! Driving away.